Blast me to the rock! It's time for the Mad Merlins unboxing of Warhammer 40,000 Dark Angels, Grandmaster Azrael by Games Workshop. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mad Merlins unboxing. So, following on from my Commander Dante review, I've also decided to pick up a model I've wanted to paint for some time, and that is Supreme Grandmaster Azrael of the Dark Angels. So before we get into the unboxing and review of this guy, don't forget to, of course, like this video if you are enjoying the content, and don't forget, while you're down in near the description, to subscribe. It doesn't take too long, just click that little subscribe button, and if you want to, click the bell. You don't have to, but it will help you keep up to date with all my mad content. Also, there are links in the description, including the Mad Merlins Patreon, which I'm planning to get some videos up on shortly. So people will be able to get first a glimpse of some of my upcoming content only through the Patreon. But currently I'm just uploading straight to YouTube at the moment, but we'll see how things go in the near future. So there we have it. Yes, let's take a look then at Supreme Grandmaster Azrael. And like I said, this has been a model that's been on my to paint list for quite some time. Not this specific model though. I did want to try and get the old metal version of him back in the early days of my 40k career. But by the time I got into Dark Angels, they'd moved him over to Finecast, and me and Finecast don't get on. I've had a few good sculpts, but I've also had a few really bad sculpts with Finecast. But Azrael has received the awesome Primaris glow-up treatment, and yes, he looks fantastic, much in the same pose as he used to be. Sword of Secrets held aloft, and he's Combi Plasma, the Lion's Wrath, updated to actually look like it might work this time, and to incorporate the Primaris technology that a lot of the new weapons are incorporating. He has his awesome Dark Angels looking armor, his cloak, his backpack detail there, with an awesome banner. It's nice to finally see banners on Space Marine characters again. And he got his little watcher, which I might be putting onto a separate base. Kind of clutters up the model, really, having too many guys there. But all in all, he looks pretty cool. So he comes with a good few variety assembly options. So you can either have him with or without the Lion's Helm. And then you can have the watcher holding the scabbard for the Sword of Secrets, or holding the Lion's Helm. I will be going with the classic holding the Lion's Helm and a barehead Azrael, as Azrael has always been bareheaded with me, and the helm just kind of it clutters up too much, really. It blocks the banner detail. Yeah. It'll look good on a separate base. I probably won't be collecting a Dark Angels army unless they have a new range refresh, which brings the veterans up to a good Primaris standard. But I will definitely be painting this guy up, adding to my collection of characters that I like to paint and display. He'll join greats such as Calgar, Gilliman, Castellan Crow, and of course Dante once I finish painting him. He is built and ready to go, but haven't started the paint work on him yet. So I'll wait for this guy to be built, and I'll probably do both at the same time. So let's dive into this guy. We'll have a look at the frame, his instructions. I'll give you my final thoughts, and the pricing, which you can actually see there, is $24.75. I paid for it, but it is $27.50, so we'll get that out of the way now. RP. And yeah, he looks really cool, so let's see what he looks like inside. We'll go vertical, and we'll take a good look. Okay, bringing in my trusty knife, let's open this guy up. Remember to make sure you cut away from yourself when using knives, as you run less risk of injury. So let's have a look inside the box. There we go. Put that off to the back for a moment. So we have these instructions there. We have a 50mm base, which I think looks like it's going to be the new base size for a lot of special characters. We've already got Calgar and Helbrecht on 50mm bases. Dante and Azrael are now on 50mm bases. And if I pick up any other special characters, I might be mounting them on 50mm as well. And here we have the glorious frame itself. So let's take a closer look at this. We'll zoom in and then we'll take a look through the instruction book. So here we have the frame then, and it looks pretty amazing. So we've got the actual back banner here as a separate component to the actual backpack, much like how it used to be in the olden days. They used to have an all-in-one backpack with banner pole, and back when they used to do paper banners, you just take the stuck the banner over the top of the actual pole. We have a nice lot of small details to be careful with here. So we've got these little trinkets that go around his armor, his pistol, the clip for the lion's wrath, his collar, base detail there. Of course, we've got the two head options, so the bear head or the lion's helm. Sword of Secrets looking really awesome. Nice double-handed broadsword, longsword sort of thing. Got the Lion's Wrath combi plasma there, looking finally nice and detailed and updated. And we got that beautiful moulded back banner. You can just about pick out the flame detail there. But you got that Angel of Death wielding a massive sword, and we got Azrael picked out in moulded detail there. So we got his personal heraldry shoulder pad there with a little scroll. We got the chapter symbol shoulder pad there with a couple of purity seals. And we got a tilt shield again showing personal heraldry. So he's got the sword going through a haloed skull, which is a symbol of the first company, I believe. Yes, it is a... you can just about make out the split in the sword. So that is the Deathwing symbol, the cracked sword. And yeah, we got the chest detail there with the cloaked winged angel. Really good. Not a lot of base detail. We got a few little bits. Most of it is built onto his foot though. We got this separate piece here as well, but I suppose we have got to account for the Watcher being part of the base detail. But like I said, I'm going to be attaching him to a separate base just for displaying purposes. Yeah, all in all, he looks fantastic. There's the other side. So not much to see this side. It's all the inside details. I just wish they gave you a scabbard that you could attach to Azrael. I mean, it's going to be a difficult job to try and cut off that arm. But it would have been nice if they gave you the option to have the scabbard on his waist or something. Lovely, right then. Let's take a look through the instructions to see how he goes together. And then I'll give you my final thoughts on this beautiful model. Here we have Azrael's instructions then. And he goes together pretty, I'd say simply, but he has got quite a few components. So we've got the two main halves of the torso. We got the skirt piece there. We got his undercloak with his right foot built in there, which goes together and then pushes in up underneath. Got his two weapon arms being attached. So we got the Sword of Secrets and the Lion's Wrath there. Shoulder pads and all these little bit of dangly details. So we've got a little cartouche here, a Crux Terminatus type piece here on his belt buckle, and of course his tilt shield. And we got the back banner being attached separately, so definitely glue that and keep it as a sub-assembly. And I'll probably keep the head as a sub-assembly just so I can reach all that extra detail. So we got two different variants of head assembly. So we have the head and collar, bare head with collar, or hood now should I say, which is how I'm going to be building mine. And then we also have, of course, the lion's helm there as well. And then we got our Watcher. He's just made of two components. And then you have the option of the lion's helm arm or the sheath there for the Sword of Secrets. Then we glue him down to the base, glue his little base detail down, and glue down the Watcher. On the back then we have his stats. So he has a movement of 6, weapon skill and ballistic skill both 2+, strength and toughness 4, 7 wounds, only 6 attacks, so he's not as much a melee monster as Dante is, who has 7 attacks. Leadership 9 and a 2+ save. He also has a Iron Halo, so he's got a 4+ invulnerable. So he also carries a bolt pistol, which is 12-inch, pistol 1, strength 4, no AP and 1 damage. Lion's Wrath can be fired as a bolt rifle, which is rapid fire 1, strength 4, -1, 2 damage. Or the plasma, which is always overcharged, 24 inches, rapid fire 1, strength 8, -4, 2 damage. And then we have his sword, which is +3 strength, so he's hitting at strength 7 with a massive -4 and 3 damage a pop. Right, let's bring this guy in and I'll give you my final thoughts on Supreme Grandmaster Azrael. I keep calling him Grandmaster, poor guy, and demoting him. And there we have it. That is Supreme Grandmaster Azrael of the Dark Angels. A fantastic update to one of my favourite Space Marine sculpts. I've always liked that commanding presence, sword held aloft, bellowing orders to the subordinates. And that back banner really does give something to the actual model's detail, which is really nice. So I think he's a great model. Looking forward to painting him. There's some really intricate details. It's going to be fun to paint. Definitely doing sub-assembly of the back banner. And like I said, I'm probably going to put the Watcher on a separate base just for the purpose of displaying. And I can always use it as just a marker to keep track of Azrael's wounds if I do ever play with him. But like I said, he's going to be a display piece first and foremost. So yes, solid 5 out of 5. They've done a fantastic job with the past couple of character updates. Well, most character updates since Calgar have been pretty good. Calgar himself is awesome. From not Grimaldus. Well, Grimaldus, yes, he was pretty awesome. Helbrecht was amazing. Never did pick him up though. Might have to add to my Chapter Master collection. Azrael is awesome. Dante is absolutely perfect. And yeah, they've been doing a really good job updating their special characters to the new Primaris scale. But there we have it. Like I said, I paid $24.75, but he is $27.50 RRP. I picked mine up at Bridge Troll Hobbies. You can pick yours up at Games Workshop or at any other hobby stockist. So, with that in mind, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Again, if you think I deserve it, please give this video a like, and of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Then there are, of course, all my links in the description down below, which would help the channel out But anyway, you help out the channel, even if it's just subscribing, leaving a comment, or even liking the video, is much appreciated. So, thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.